it's gonna rain. Don't worry, girl, it won't change a thing. Yeah, we still got plans tonight. We're gonna kick it, that's a given, baby, rain and shine. Leave your Sunday best at home. Be the last time you wear what you got on. Bikini top and cut off jeans. Baby girl, you know you're looking mean. She said, how we gonna make it through the mud hole? Won't you think you got swampers on my truck phone? Ooh, it's about to get dirty in the dirty South. I'm about to show you what it's all about. But don't worry, it's a rowdy crowd. We ain't scared, we're still throwing down. We gonna tap, light that fire. We gonna crank that country. Pass that, and get Thursday. Well, it's about to get dirty. Watching that red clay turn to mud. Sling it up, slap past the doors like a new paint job on a 4x4. Girl, you're gonna have a good old time. Can't let a little bit of rain change your mind. Let your hair down, kick off in boots. For once in your life, let yourself cut loose. Go and get money from head to toe. Clean it off, living in a swimming hole. Listen, about to get dirty in the dirty South. I'm about to show you what it's all about. And don't worry, this a rowdy crowd. We ain't scared, but still.
Thank you, Larry. So the picks are in. We welcome you to this Draft Champions contest. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff. Two teams here amped and ready for football. And off we go in week 2 of Draft Champions. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now Palmer on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Robert Mathis coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. They go play action now. Palmer. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now Palmer on 3rd and long. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Brandon Graham.
We're awake, we're alive, got the fire in our eyes. We're the kings, we're the queens, and if this is just a dream, don't wanna wake up and let this feeling break up. We're running free, running wild, never
Thank you very much, Larry Ridley. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. We are ready for this draft champions matchup as you get a quick peek at some of the stars in today's game. We're ready to go. Let's get down to kickoff. The getting to know each other process is over. Time to get down to it. And we're off in week 3 of Draft Champions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. First down, Carr. And incomplete to open things up. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up second down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. It gets it complete to Anquan Boldin. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Throwing on first down is Carr. It's caught left side by Cooks. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Carr again. Looking for Boldin, and it's intercepted. Picked off, William Gay. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And Detroit getting set to go now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. After the interception, here's Smith. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Brian Cushing. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now Carr. This is Bell on the dump off. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Le'Veon Bell there to make the grab. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And a man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had the fewest rushing yards of any team in the NFL.
And it's one of those dubious titles that no one really wants to claim. Even teams who say, well, I'll worry about running it because we throw it all the time. Being able to run it when you want to is a key to success in the NFL, and Detroit struggled doing that.
Over the middle here to Rudolph. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Again, Smith looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. So they're operating in the red zone. Throwing again is Smith. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Play clock winding down. Smith throwing again. His pass caught at the 4. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
So third and goal. The defense in the dime.
Can still bring pressure.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver from 3 yards out. And the Lions have tied it. If they hit the extra point, they'll have the lead. And it's up and good. And following the touchdown, Josh Scobie now will kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on him. Really well done. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Looking for Hearns, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle.
Eric Weddle is one of my favorite players in the league, Brandon. A guy that always seems to be in the right place at the right time, making a play on the football. And he has excellent hands, as we just saw there.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Smith on first down. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up first and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll sneak it, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Alex Smith with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. And following the touchdown, Josh Scobie now will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
We ready?
From midfield, here's Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cedric Thornton forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Here we go. Red 18.
Carr to throw on second down. Under pressure, they got him again. Cedric Thornton in there to drop him for the second straight play. They may want to block him on third down. And now they're in the hurry up.
All right, here we go.
On third and long, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hearns that time. And that'll bring up a fourth down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. He'll take it at the 42. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 1st and 10, Smith. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. It's a gain of 14 there, and it's good enough for a Detroit first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Looking for his tight end, Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Brian Cushing. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And Detroit getting set to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
It's a gain of 20 that time. And it'll be first down, Lions.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. On second down, here's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And they're going to speed things up here. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decide to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw his Carr. He's going to take another shot here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom...
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Ed Too Tall Jones able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14. To throw on second down is Smith. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Here's Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Taken from just outside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Carr try it again on 2nd down. Complete here to the right to Bolden. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
Carr now on 1st down. And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Detroit.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Javon Hargrave in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the interception, here's Smith. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop.
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are a 2-point conversion away from tying this game.
We ready?
Carr will look to throw. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Now Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Back now at Ford Field. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing is Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. So here come the Lions now. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So here we go, first and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Carr. Backing up, and down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. On third and long, it's Carr. This is Bell on the dump off. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Carr going to go on fourth down. Goes underneath for Bell. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And Rudolph has it left side. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Reggie Bush was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now it's Smith, and incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up third down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs in that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Carr to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing now is Carr. Complete here to the right to Bolden. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, time not on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
Carr now to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw is Carr. This is Bell on the dump off. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18. Hey, we go rally. Rally.
Now Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they...
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
Right, here we go. Zebra. Here we go.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. To throw, Carr. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They've they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on third down after having such a long drive going.
Yeah, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
And Detroit getting set to go now. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of Draft Champions here on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com/Madden. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.
Boy, we've just gotten started here, and already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make. Boy, the skills just leap out at you with this guy. He will be a very important part of this ball club. Yeah, not too much analysis needed here. Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a... Yeah, I don't think you needed a crystal ball to see that pick coming. That's all about loyalty and familiarity. Yeah, I think they got the best player there, and they got a guy that fills a big need, so that's an excellent choice.
Keep running and the money keep coming, hey. I'ma keep ballin', hey. Rock a pop, spallin', hey. Carefree, I've been living carefree. So much in the air, we can barely even breathe, hey. I
This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be clamoring for a skill player. But do you listen to them or go after someone who can help you up front? Boy, it's finger-crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Always a tough decision, offense or defense. It's all about finding the right balance when you're putting a team together. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Yeah, I think with that pick, you're just looking to build up your core. Get some guys in here that can help round out the roster. And I think that pick comes to the surprise of nobody. You had to figure they leaned that way if a player from that team became available. And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster.
She's up against them all, but the writing's on the wall. There's more than meets the eye with her. And nothing I can do. I'm left without a
One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here.
She's got a rainbow heart.
All right, now you've reached the lineup screen. It might be time to make a few organizational decisions, so adjust your depth chart if need be.
She's up No, she never will admit that what she wants she never get. She never knows when to quit. I stole it up the skies. The heart is where fire lies. Can see it in her painted eyes. She's got a rebel heart. One day she's gonna fall. She's got a rebel heart. She's up against them all. She don't seem to understand what she wants to do. Light a fire, hit and run, like good rebels do.
Thank you, Larry. Brandon Gaudin, along with Charles Davis here in the booth. We are set for a spectacular Draft Champions matchup and some spectacular talent on your screen right now. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to the field for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Brady now on first down. And caught right side. Green. Give him 27 yards that time. And it'll be first down, Cowboys.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
20.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a first down and 5 for the offense. They go play action here on first down. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's brought down. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Brady will try again on second down. Looking for someone to throw to. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Throwing is Brady on third down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. LaDainian Tomlinson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboy, oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Set to return. This is Brandon Cooks. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan.
On second down, it's Tomlinson. Uses the stiff arm. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out. Darian Stewart there to bring him down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Brady. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. LaDainian Tomlinson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. Brady will look to throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Breeze now on first down. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. The 4-time Pro Bowler Herman Moore, his first grab of the game.
Led the league in receptions twice. And just think about, he was the game plan. When you had...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jaquez Smith, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. On second down, here's Breeze. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That'll be a gain of 16, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way. It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Now Breeze wants the football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 40.
Bass stills in the building, flash the camera. I'ma drop the hammer. Things done changed the hip-hop since I let Bobby out the slammer. Hip-hop start on the East Coast and then move west down to Bama. I'ma bring it back to New York. Hold on, then throw your hands up. Pass me a cup of the in the club with the juice in the get bent out. Then I'ma slide with it to my body and head up to my penthouse. Oh, I'm not trying to take it slow. Working hard, caking dough. Open up 24. We striving for that goal. I'll stop for nothing. I will play this game that's so easily started, not so easily parted. Oh, giants, everything is shaking through the walls. We are giants. CNN, this is ghetto editorial. See me like milk and Oreos. Dipped inside the audio, platinum plaques in my portfolio. My lines are fine as they blow your mind like you could do what you wanna do.
Boy, we've just gotten started here, and already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make.
If you make that beef, I'll smack you so that. Back on
Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick.
jumping off the building up. Yes, oh, got the heat up the show. Face up the thermometer.
Oh, did they get themselves a player here or what? Two words here. Difference maker. That's what that pick right there is. In these middle rounds, you have to start asking yourself, do you settle for what's an excellent selection? Just what this team needs to maybe get them over the hump. Oh, this guy's a rare talent and a huge upgrade over what they had before.
Placing humans in fracking soils, wild bulldozing forests. But
Yeah, maybe not the pick that's going to change this team's fortune, but he is an improvement over what they had.
for the average team, CFOs are after.
Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at the playmaking type spot? Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Whoever's making the final decision here might have a coordinator in each year. Do you go offense or defense? Options here on both sides of the football. It's pretty much of a coin flip if you ask me. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker type spot?
I wanna live like it's Mardi Gras and go dumb with my whole squad and don't need no R&R to regular life. I say au revoir. Hey, living life in the fast lane, may your pain only beat. So please come join me. One thing, good vibes only.
No surprise to see a few Denver Broncos in this draft. Here's a chance for the second one to come off the board. Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Yeah, I don't think you needed a crystal ball to see that pick coming. That's all about loyalty and familiarity right there. So that's the process of putting your team together. From here, you can either take a moment to modify your lineup or, heck, head right out onto the field to see how you do.
Come by, bring a rack. New grill and a bunch of snacks. And where we going, you don't need a map, you don't need a nap, you don't need jack. Except lots of people, some very loud speakers, cold drinks and good. Join me. One thing, good vibes only. I just tapped. I'ma fill my cup. Let's blow some down. Tonight I'm going stupid, doing things I've never done. We all got one thing in common, we just wanna have fun. Hey, what you wanna do? Think about to do it. Think about to do it. Do something crazy. Hey, what you wanna do? Hey, do something crazy. Do something crazy.
Oh, how about this for a tough decision early on? Which direction they go here is going to say a lot about what this team wants to do. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. Boy, you talk about a talented player. This guy's one of the best around. Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here or get yourself some help up front? These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass, and I think that pick comes to the surprise of nobody. You had to figure they lean that way if a player from that team became available. What to do here? Build up the interior of your line or get that skill player to add another weapon? So with a handful of starters already nailed down, you have to ask yourself, do you dare go for depth or do you just try to cover as many areas? Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after the best available player or do you go after a position of need? One Steeler's been selected already, and it probably wouldn't be a surprise to see a second go here. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into the starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade.
Yeah, turn into the greatest party. Yeah, never see my baby coming. Just once, we went up.
Instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with. It's the age-old question on draft day. What's the bigger need, offense or defense.
Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Jaws dropping when she walking, kind of thing that happen often. More than just a little. I be shutting down the city, black the latest gears. When she where you see that sun in the air. Fashion week all year, throwing money in the air. She's happy with my lady, other girls they wanna hate her. It comes with the territory, ball players want.
And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late.
Party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just once.
Yeah, no surprise here. Anytime you can get your hands on a player of his caliber, I think you pretty well have to pull the trigger.
Lifted, your mind tripping. She's so. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, now breathe, baby. Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Hey baby, baby, hey baby. Yeah. Inhale, exhale, let's take a breath and breathe, baby.
Still a long way to go in this draft, but if you can lock up a few key positions here in the first few picks, it's a great luxury to have. Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick. Oh, I tell you, you're not going to get too far in this competition without a superstar or two, and this guy right here certainly fits that billing. Does this pick fill a big need? I'm not so sure that it does, but it is at least a slight improvement over what they had in place. One Philadelphia Eagle has already been taken in this draft. Could they double up and take another one here? Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get coverage. And boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. Tough call here. Do you try and get tougher up front or get yourself a player in what we call a skill position? And that's a pick that'll solve a lot of problems out there. He'll fit in nicely.
Nothing I can do. I'm left without a clue. She sees it all in black and white, all blue. She's got a rainbow.
Boy, it's finger crossing time now with the end in sight. Oh, no question that this guy's going to grade out as a huge impact over what was there before. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Maybe not a huge upgrade over what they had already, but they're certainly building up some depth there.
No, she never will admit the what she wants she never get. She never knows when to quit.
This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position?
See it in her painted eyes. She's got a rainbow.
Both offensive and defensive options here. They might have to ask themselves which side of the ball needs more attention.